I handed her the napkins, and then I said, "Get your rude ass out of our drive-thru."
He was like, "Don't you know who I am? I'm Patrick, famous speedrunner. I have a world record."
I closed the drive-thru window, and she threw her food and her drink at the drive-thru window and sped off.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Emilio.
And I'm Ryan.
And we're two friends from two different countries. Join us as we share our online friendship with you guys.
And the perspectives from two different worlds.
The show starts now. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Terminally Online Pen Pals podcast. But today, we have a special guest on the show.
Yes. Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Top Pod. Today, guys, we have an awesome guest that I've been wanting to get him on a podcast for the past few years. And considering we stopped doing the old show some time ago, what better time to do it than now? Allow me to introduce one of my longest running internet friends. I think a little bit longer than Emilio, actually. My buddy, Patrick.
Hello there, everybody. It's a pleasure to be on this podcast.
All right. Guys, it's pretty epic that Patrick is here because he does speedrunning content. So he's going to speedrun this podcast. So actually, we're pretty much done. If you guys can like and subscribe.
Thank you guys for checking out this amazing episode. We sped run like 30 seconds. So there's no excuse for you guys to not watch on YouTube.
It's a new record. Amazing.
Patrick, thanks to you're an amazing guest, even though you had one line that we scripted for you. So you did a great job, man. The table read went successfully. Patrick and I met each other many years ago. Patrick, do you remember how we met exactly? Because I think it was like 2016 where we first met, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yes, sir. I believe it was sometime around 2016, and I was roaming around YouTube trying to find some other gaming content creators, and I believe I found one of your hilarious gaming-related skits, and I commented on it.
But yeah, that sounds about right, actually. Patrick and I met each other through a comment section on a video. We started doing a number of collaborations with each other over the years, and we've actually done some pretty cool stuff. Multiple collaborations on Patrick's old gaming channel. He showed up in multiple interviews on my channel. And overall, it's been a great relationship. I've known you for 10 years. That's quite a long time. I think you're probably the person I've known the longest on YouTube.
Probably so. Definitely one of my longest running YouTube friends as well.
What your speedrunning content? That's something that you've been notorious for on YouTube for some time. You want to get into that a little bit more?
I'm so curious about that. Speedrunning is such
I am too, a little bit.
Interesting niche of
like
YouTube. Like and Twitch, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I originally got into speedrunning about 7 years ago, and I was inspired to do speedrunning by a speedrunner named Cheese. He was one of the most popular and like one of the world record holders for Super Mario 64. And I just looked at it, seeing how he completed the game super fast, and I was like, that looks like something that would actually be a fun challenge to do. Trying to beat these games that you love super quickly and all. And I decided to pick up on that, and the very first game I decided to speedrun was The Legend of Korra for PS3. I was super into the action-adventure genre back then, and it was definitely an incredible experience playing some games like that super quickly. And I just started doing games that I remember I loved from my childhood, like Tom and Jerry on the Super Nintendo, and I would try a couple of Flash games here and there for nostalgia's sake, like some of them being the Backyardigans or Dora the Explorer.
That's really
and after about a couple years, I think it was about 2 years of speedrunning on my variety channel, I decided to jump into a brand new channel that's mainly speedrunning content, and I started doing a bunch of Flash games, a bunch of nostalgic games, AAA games. And then I started jumping into the indie side of gaming. and a huge variety of different kinds, whether it be platformers, action adventure, racing. And yeah, I started going from there, just doing a bunch of speedruns because it just seems so much fun to me.
Right.
I have a question about this. So you practice a lot before you attempt it, or how do you prep a speed run is what I'm interested in.
Okay, so I know a lot of people don't necessarily just jump into the point of speedrun game. I usually try to play a video game casually the very first time. Excuse me. And after playing casually, I like to study the game more, study the game's mechanics and all, and see what can I do in a speedrun with these mechanics that would make it faster, and also seeing like what could I possibly skip in the game. What is there any parts it's possible to skip, or is there possibly any hidden glitches I can do to actually get through these as well? And
Right.
it's been a fun experience trying to break these games.
Right. How long does it typically take you, do you find, to prepare for a game? Like before you actually start recording the video, how long do you typically prepare for an average game?
An average game, I'll choose a time between like average games that takes about, let's say, 30 minutes to an hour to complete. I mostly play on shorter games, so it usually just takes me maybe about just a couple hours, maybe shorter times, like to get a very good run going. So it doesn't really take me too much time depending on the game, but if it's a super long game like Half-Life, oh yeah, that's going to take me a few days of trying to get a good run going. I tried to do a speed run of Tales of the Heroes Twin Brave, which is a Japanese exclusive, and it's basically like a Dynasty Warrior style type game, and I did a speed run of all the character stories, and it took me almost 10 hours to speed run that.
Dang. How long was the prep time on that one for one of your longest speed runs?
Because of it being so long, I only casually played through it one time, and I was busy with work at the time, working with Dunkin' Donuts, so it took me maybe about 3 days to get through it casually.
Okay. Would you say that's like your longest speed run?
Definitely. That was the longest speed run I've ever done.
Oh my God. And do you know what the record is on that one, or is there no register?
I'm actually the only one who's speedrunning it. It's about 9 hours, 58 minutes right now.
So you have the record. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So what we do here on the show is we talk about what we do offline. So I'm interested. When you're not speedrunning, what are you doing in your day-to-day?
I do casually play some like random indie games sometimes just for fun, and some of the games I don't necessarily record because I just want to enjoy myself from time to time, and I also like to just relax and watch some anime, and I do sometimes play some stuff like some random games on my phone.
Right. And you did mention that you have a job still at Dunkin' Donuts, right? At least this is the last job I remember you talking about last time I just talked with you.
Unfortunately, I do not work at Dunkin' Donuts anymore.
I thought you were going to say, unfortunately, I still work at Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, a lot of crap went down over there, and I don't think I should bring that much negativity into this podcast.
It's okay. This is the most negative show ever. Don't worry about it.
So y'all actually want to know?
Yeah, sure. I mean, customer service jobs I hear are really hard, so
they can be, yes.
Well, some of my viewers probably know about it, I think. But yeah, my Discord account was hacked, and I had to hurry home before the hacker got into my account because, a lot of us use our emails, which is connected to a lot of other major things. Like mine was also connected to like my TurboTax and other important governmental stuff. So I had to hurry, get home, get my account back before they got into my email and all that other stuff. But my boss fired me because she said it was a non-emergency situation.
Wow. It
Sorry
sounds
to hear, man. Honestly,
you just described an emergency. I don't understand.
actually, that is a pretty big emergency. Someone's hacking your personal information. I mean,
Yeah.
if that would have happened to me, I worked at Dollar General for 5 years as a retail job, and if I had a notification of someone hacking my bank account or something like that, I would 100% leave like you did to go and make sure that they can't get into your account.
First, I would crap my pants, and then I would leave.
Yeah, first, then run out of the store. Actually, that did happen one night in 2020 that you mentioned. And my email was actually well, yeah, that too. But no, always bring a spare change of pants to work with you guys. Prime advice on this podcast. No, my email, I don't know if Amelia remembers on our old show, but my email was actually hacked one night when I was working at Dollar General back in 2020.
God,
and it's also the same night where I hit my very first deer, all in the same night.
Wow.
So, yeah, I know. Running gag on this podcast, but all true stories. So I understand
the running
pain.
Gag, Ryan. You keep hitting deer. It's actually a problem.
I try not to, man. It just happens. But yeah, I completely understand, Patrick. As someone who went through something similar, I'm sorry that happened. It's awful.
Did you work long at Dunkin' Donuts?
About 3.5 years, I believe. 3.5, 4 years.
I do have a question because I experienced this a little bit in retail. Do you have any crazy customer stories?
Like to ask that.
Anyone notable that you had like a bad interaction with who threw a fit over like they got a wrong order, or there was somebody you were working with that was rude to them, or anything like that?
Okay, so one customer actually at the Dunkin' Donuts in like the second location I worked at, she was being extremely rude in the drive-thru, and I'll get to the point at the window. Like, we put a decent amount of napkins in her bag, and she asked for more napkins, and I just kindly said, we put some in your bag, ma'am. And she snapped saying, well, I got more food here, so I need more napkins. I handed her the napkins, and then I said, get your rude ass out of our drive-thru. Sorry, we'll censor that.
No, you.
Oh, that's
she never came back again.
The thing is,
he was like, don't you know who I am? I'm Patrick, famous speedrunner. I have a world record. What do you got? That's right. You ain't got shit.
You're a simple Dunkin' Donuts custober.
As soon as I said that to her, though,
you really told her you were famous speedrunner, Patrick?
No. As soon as I snapped at her like that, I closed the drive-thru window, and she threw her food and her drink at the drive-thru window and sped off.
Oh, wow.
She even threatened to come inside the building.
Over napkins?
She was
Holy crap.
Dude, some people are so entitled with like fast food employees. I don't understand that.
Yeah, it doesn't. And they treat them like garbage because they're there working. They're working over a hot stove all day, taking orders from the counter, working the drive-thru, cleaning the restaurant, whatever else. And then you have these rude people who are upset over very minor things like napkins, which you can just get your food and go kind of deal. So you guys already supplied them. I don't understand the mentality of certain people like that. It really sucks, especially in retail.
But while you work now, I'm assuming it's a lot more chill, right?
Much more chill and a much more friendlier staff, especially my new boss there.
Good thing.
Anyways, Patrick, why were you so unfortunate to be in the same city as Ryan?
Yeah, or fortunate, depending.
One day I wanted to, one evening I wanted to have a friendly video chat with Ryan because we've been talking just through text for so long, through YouTube comments or just Facebook messages, and I thought it'd be fun to have a funny video chat with him one day. And then after a while,
I was in a podcast.
We were really, we were bonding with each other. We were like, it felt like that video chat alone made us become much better friends than we were before. And I thought of the idea, maybe if we're not too very far apart, maybe we can to see each other in person. And I remember it was 2 or 3 years ago. I don't remember, but it was sometime in March.
I think it was 23, if I'm not mistaken. But Patrick and I talked for months before we would actually want to meet up because I've known Patrick for a long while. We've interacted so many different ways online through YouTube videos, live streams, and and other content creators. We've known each other for years. So Patrick suggested to me, hey, if I get time one day, or could we organize a time to meet up in person? And I thought, oh yeah, that'd be really cool. Patrick's a good friend. I've never met anyone who I've met on YouTube. So we made arrangements to meet in a town not too far away from where I actually live, at about 20 minutes away or so, 25 for me. And Patrick took the 6-hour drive and stayed up there over a weekend. And Patrick and I organized to meet at a good Italian restaurant in the area. And that was the very first spot we met up at. Once we actually started conversing, we caught up like old friends. We talked about so many different things. We were there at that Italian restaurant for hours before we actually decided to kind of explore around the town. I was like his tour guide for a little bit after that.
Yeah, we talked for a very long time, and one thing he forgot to mention, I stood up and gave him a big hug because I was so happy to see him.
That's right.
The only unfortunate thing about the visit, Ryan was he's very busy at the time with work and with school work, so
yeah,
I hung with him that Friday. He worked Saturday, and then we hung out Sunday evening. We went to Applebee's, I think it was.
It was Applebee's on Sunday. Actually, I am curious. I don't think I asked you. What did you end up doing on Saturday? Because you're not local to the area. I'm not able to make it out for that visit. So what did you end up doing in the middle of a large town, by yourself, unfamiliar territory?
I really just kept on driving around random directions, trying to check out the place, and I did go onto the way edge of the town that he lives in, but the thing is, it was like a very cramped part of the town. It was like up a hill.
Yeah, that's Main Street.
And there was a couple of music stores up there I wanted to check out. Gosh, I was terrified around there because I was still a new driver, and it's so cramped.
Oh yeah, you just recently got your license at the time too. That's right.
So you got your license and decided to drive 6 hours away.
Hey, I have not had that kind of freedom in a long time, okay?
Whoa.
I was like 26 years old when I finally got my license.
Oh. Well, I mean, no, I don't mean it like that. I mean, like, that's really brave.
Oh, yeah. Even my parents was kind of surprised that I decided to do that. But hey, I wanted to go and do some good old trip to celebrate basically getting my license, and I chose to visit Ryan.
You have to be really careful, though, with the driver's license, no matter where you get it, though, because if you rack up a ton of speeding violations, like Patrick racked up probably 7 tickets on his way to see me, driving from where he lives at.
You're such a dick, dude. He was so excited to see you. He was speeding, dude, and you decided to rag him on it.
I'm trying to make a positive situation out of it. The man had like $1,000 in fines and like 500 points on his license. I'm trying to turn this into a PSA to
he
not
wanted
speed.
To see you because he's a great friend and you're so ungrateful.
He is, and I appreciate Patrick. I'm sorry, Patrick, to bring up your speeding tickets, okay? I just want to use it as a good learning experience.
I'm going to cut it out. I don't tolerate.
Okay, just an FYI, I have had no issues with my driving.
Yeah, actually, Ryan, it's funny you mentioned because you've been to court over your driving. And both me and Patrick have never gotten a ticket.
So you can't say crap.
That's true,
hey,
actually.
Man, you tell him, Patrick.
Hey, I willingly went to court over it to plead guilty because I was guilty. I told this story in the podcast in the past, but since we're talking about driver's licenses.
Show.
Sorry, I haven't talked about it here on this show then. Oh. So in short version, I was going to, shortly after I got my license, my full-blown license.
What's the clickbait title of this for the TikTok clip?
Oh, we'll think of something, I'm sure.
I went to court.
I went to court, exposed. But what ended up happening was shortly after I got my license, my first semester of college, I was a mess for a variety of personal reasons and just integrating myself into the educational landscape, so to speak. So I was ditching class at the time. I was hanging out at the local library watching anime. So instead of actually going to class like I should have been.
Kids listen to this show, man. I don't want them to picking up your bad example.
PSA, yeah, I learned from those experiences, though, guys. I'm a lot better now, about 10 years later. But I realized that I had to go pick up my sister at the time because she was still in high school at the time. So she needed a ride back home. So I was looking at the clock and realized, oh, no, I'm already 20 minutes late. And this school is a half an hour away. So I sped directly out of the town that you were at, Patrick, with the music stores. That's where it happened. So I sped out of town, continued going down Route 40, and I happened to be going 80 miles an hour in a 50. And lo and behold, wouldn't you know it, I blew right past a state trooper who was sitting alongside the road. Coincidentally, my father, who's also been in law enforcement for quite a while, warned me ahead of time, buddy, you just got your license, so I'm going to tell you this now. Be careful where you speed. Right here at this point in the road, there's a trooper that always sits there. And I heard this not even 24 hours beforehand, and I still sped past the trooper. And he pulled me over. I ended up getting a speeding citation for it. I mean, the cop was nice. You know, he saw I was a new driver. He knocked it down below criminal speed. So it looked like I was only going a little over 70 or a little under 70 when I went to court. I went to court, by the way, to pay the fine, obviously, and plead my case like, yes, Your Honor, I was guilty. I was completely in the wrong. You know, I shouldn't have done any of this. And because it was entirely my fault. It was reckless driving and I was at fault.
I'm sorry, Patrick. I brought you on a show with a criminal.
Yeah.
So what was it like driving 6 hours if you were just brand new at driving? Like, were you scared?
It was a little overwhelming knowing that was a super long drive, but what helped keep me calm during the whole thing was a very good friend of mine from Finland was kind enough to be on a Discord call with me pretty much the whole ride to that restaurant.
It's nice. That's nice.
I'm glad that you have good friends and not just Ryan, because I was going to
There's a reason why he was driving 6 hours in the first place, okay? He knew that this prize awaited him at the end of the rainbow. So he knew what he was in for. He was in for a good time.
Ryan, when are you driving 6 hours for Patrick?
Whenever I get a free day to go outside of my prison life, as soon as I get out of prison, I will go and I will meet Patrick. I will go and drive 6 hours to meet Patrick. How about that?
Is that the longest you've ever, or have you ever done any other road trips?
Any other road trips? No, I have not done any. I mean, I've driven like one state over about a couple hours, but it was really just doing business stuff for my mom, so I wouldn't really count those. But I do have plans, though, to visit friends across the country. I have a friend who's in Oklahoma City, and that's where the 19 hours came from earlier.
Oh okay, so that's such a long drive.
I remember, yeah, right after we met up, I remember you said you already had a trip in the works. Granted, this was a few years ago, but you were still planning on eventually doing a longer trip. Was that the Oklahoma City trip you were talking about?
I believe it was, and there are a couple other trips. Like, there's a friend I want to go see in Massachusetts, and there's a friend I want to go and see in Florida, which both Massachusetts, Florida, they're both about 9 hours away from me.
Oh, wow. That's going to be a long drive, too.
Holy crap.
I mean, people keep telling me I need to get a plane ticket, but I'm too terrified to do that. Plus, it's cheaper just paying for the gas to do that drive, and also, do you know how expensive rental cars are?
But I'm curious, is it like, did you have a very bad experience on a plane or something like that?
No, it's not that. It's really just one of the things I guess you could say is the height. I'm one of those people that will get nervous with heights.
Oh, like a height.
The horror stories with plane crashes just makes me not want to.
Good luck, Patrick, in your future road trips.
I appreciate that.
I'm happy that you enjoy it. I'm the opposite. I can't stand being in the car for too long. If I look up an address in Google Maps and it says more than 30 minutes, I consider not going.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna say it's one of his long-running excuses as to not visit me.
Patrick's the guest. Go ahead, Patrick.
I'm so sorry. I do plan on also visiting Canada.
Ooh, what part?
I don't remember what the name of the town is, but it is another very good friend of mine that I plan on visiting. Funny story, all these friends I'm wanting to visit is all in the same Discord server with me.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second. Why am I not in that Discord server?
They don't know you, that's why.
No!
And
even though I don't use Discord, so we're all good.
I told you guys that the internet creates friendships. It's not just for looking at porn.
No, not.
Patrick, tell us, where can people find you?
Yes, what are your socials, buddy?
My socials, oh, come on. Yeah, I do, like they mentioned at the start of this podcast, like I have a speedrunning channel, which is, Pat Speedruns. Like they said, I told them before, I do like speedruns of a lot of variety of different games, and also y'all been seeing me holding and messing around with this. It's also the blindfold I use for my blindfolded speedruns.
Whoa, Daredevil over there. Daredevil of speedruns.
and I also do have a regular gaming channel that I do every once in a while called Pat's Gaming Adventures. My variety channel, I'm not going to really worry about that since I very, very rarely upload anything on it.
All right. Zooey mama. Anyways,
yeah,
Ryan, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
How you doing, buddy?
Whilst Ryan's over there, you can check out our socials at TOPP.pod on both Instagram and TikTok. Follow there our clips and get the news of what we're up to when we're up to something.
Absolutely, guys. Check us out on all the socials. Follow us for more epic content on YouTube and Spotify. Check out mine and Amelia's socials, linked it down below. And Patrick, thank you for showing up here on the podcast. I've been wanting to get you on here on a show for a while, and I'm finally glad that we were able to get you on here as a special guest. So thank you.
It's no problem, and I'm very, very happy to be a part of it. It was truly an honor.
Oh, well, really, talk to your agent. Why do you charge so much? Goodbye.
I mean, we did kidnap him, so.
Oh, that's right.
Bye, guys.